Hey everybody, this is Damien with Rosieside Farm. It is July 5th, 2023, time for our market garden update in Zone 7B. Starting at the end of our first row, I'm just showing some volunteer ground cherries. And there's a reason I'm showing you these now, because we're about to go down a row of one of the successions of tomatoes that we planted. And it's volunteer ground cherries all the way down that volunteered inside of the holes. Couple of pepper plants just stuck in here, starting to get everything that didn't sell as plant starts into the ground. So this is our succession of our different heirloom tomatoes, our pineapple tomatoes, our Carolina Golds, beefsteak, celebrities. And we have big tomatoes on the vine, but they were not our first succession. And here our ground cherry volunteer, and I just literally chopped off half of these plants. So they were kind of infringing on these tomatoes, and the success of these tomatoes is more important than the success of these ground cherries. So I cut off half the plant, and hopefully everything over here, it'll concentrate its energy that way. We'll get some ground cherries over there, but the tomatoes are just more important. And these, I did not do as good a job trellising these and staying up on, tying up branches as I did the others. But these ground cherries are nuts. Here's all the ones I just literally just cut them all off before this video. The thing's growing well. Waiting for tomatoes to ripen is definitely an exercise in patience. Over to our tomatillos and our squash and zucchini. I have ripped out 3 zucchini plants. Looks like there may be another one's about to get ripped out with some drooping leaves. But we've already gotten quite a few squash and zucchini off of them. There's one that has a couple squash ready to pick. And down one of our newer successions of tomatoes that is quite shaded, but the green zebras and Brandywine. There may be a black crim in here. I'm not sure exactly what I did. I've checked my videos. But you can tell the ones that get in the sun are growing a little better. But I'm hoping that shade pays dividends once we start seeing 100-degree days over and over again. Now down our line of peppers and tomatoes, there's our pineapple. And I mean, I think they're just starting to, looks like they could be turning. But just chock full of fruit. And our jalapeno, and I've harvested quite a bit of jalapeno already. There's jalapeno on every plant. Here, these terrible tomato steaks. One failed on me, so I've actually been getting green tomatoes off of this to take to market. Just because they're going to be laying in the ground in the dirt here and probably get some fungus and all. But look, gosh, bless them, Aaron. Look at these tomatoes. Massive, massive tomatoes. Same story all the way down the line. Here we had one of our beefsteaks. We had a big storm last week, and it knocked over a bunch of branches that were laying over top of the peppers. So honestly, I just cut them off. Hopefully it'll send some of the energy over the tomatoes and we'll get more. I probably have to do it right here too. Here's up. So I just got to lop this off. I think I'm going to do that right now. And yeah, there are flowers on it, but I planted them too close together. Something that'll be fixed for next year. Gotta look at my ridiculous Aldi fake shoes, fake Croc shoes for the garden. And these are a combination of different kinds of peppers, but I think these are purple beauties or black beauties. And they're not really changing color yet. So it is getting a little frustrating. Oh, I kind of skipped over the eggplant. And we have, see if I can find one. We have eggplant growing. Our eggplant that will be ready soon. There's one down there. It's one of our white eggplants. We have our standard purple eggplant. So they'll be ready, before too long. And this is all I try to stay up on cleaning up the area, but they're just going to dry and rot there. I don't have time to clean up this whole thing all the time and tie up all these tomatoes. We go eggplant, putting off their beautiful flowers. Some of these vegetables are almost ornamental with their flowers. Now these white tomatoes are some of the biggest tomatoes I've ever seen. Look at this tomato. I mean, that tomato got to be 2 pounds. It's pulling the trellis down. Look at these tomatoes on the white tomato plants, and they still have the leaf curl. And at this point, I don't care. They've been leaf curling the whole time and putting out these huge tomatoes the whole time. So maybe it's just what they do. So more plant starts that did not sell at the farmer's market. A couple habaneros. I believe a California Wonder. Like I said, I'm just sticking this stuff in. 3 eggplants, Brandywine, black Krim, and Cherokee purple tomatoes, which won't be ready for some time, but I'll be glad I did it come September. So our first accession of cucumbers, and these are Lady Bell green peppers, and we've harvested some, sold them at the farmer's market. For cucumbers, I probably picked about 10 pounds of cucumbers yesterday off these, but they're putting on fruit and growing. Here's one. Growing pretty well. And I just bought cucumber seeds today, actually from the dollar store, to get another succession in, because here's one of our cucumber plants that something's going on. So they get the same water all these do, but something's going on with that one right there. Now we're into our succession of tomatoes that were kind of cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes, tons on the vine, but just completely out of control. And I'm actually thinking about tearing these out. These are our spoon tomatoes or yellow currant tomatoes. And I mean, we have ripe tomatoes on the vine down here, but they grow so out of control. And I mean, basically, it's a lot of foliage. And I mean, they're just for our own personal consumption. So may rip out, I think there's 3 plants in there, rip out all but one just to give me some more room. More tomatoes on the vine. These are the tomatoes we don't know what they are. Call them fat red tomatoes, but looking good. Just waiting for them to turn red. They're already fat. More of the same in our line of tomatoes. And we'll get to our black Krim. And this morning I swore I saw black Krim changing color. But you see them start to change color. And these are our pineapples that were Carolina Golds. I forgot which one, but God, look at this. Huge, huge tomatoes. Heading down this row is our California Wonders, our Red Knights, our peppers. We got plenty of peppers on the plant, just waiting for them to ripen and turn the proper color. I mean, we've got peppers. Now, look at this one. These peppers were bought as starts. Look at this one. Jeez, I gotta probably pick some peppers off of there just to give the plant a break. So they're bought as starts. Oh, here we go. Just saw one. So there's a chocolate beauty starting to, or purple beauty starting to take shape. But there's 1, 2, 3. There's probably 7 peppers on that one plant. The end of our row, and then some peppers we stuck in that didn't sell at the market. It's the other side of our cucumber trellis we just saw, which takes us to our kind of miscellaneous squash and weed patch. And I planted some patty pan squash for the first time ever. And I saw some yesterday. There's one. So they're green patty pan squash. There's also regular squash and zucchini. I think there's butternut. From over here, it looks like there's some squash that needs some attention, needs some water. The pigs. I think I'm going to throw them some treats here, which I'm not going to do right now. Our volunteer heirlooms starting to put on some color, but there's like a gnarly type tomato. And today it's 90 some degrees. But I think I'm going to try to get this grass out of here because I've got to plant up all of these holes here, get something in them. So I still have a line over there that I can plant for my succession as I move forward. Some white eggplant that didn't sell, another cucumber trellis, and another cucumber that's, gosh, it's just wilting. Tonight I watered it last night, but I'm gonna water again. It is hot. Our pole beans next to our volunteer tomatoes, next to yet another cucumber trellis, and marigolds. They're starting to put on some heads of flowers into our big tomatillo patch with a couple of eggplant here, and I believe there's eggplant. Here we go. Eggplant growing down there. And our, oh my goodness, I just noticed an okra that probably should have been picked a long time ago. Not easy to pick. But I haven't even been, I'm now that I'm actually here, seeing all kinds of okra that needs to be picked. And these damn beetles, they're everywhere. That's gonna be a chicken snack. They're absolutely everywhere. So I'd rather them be on the okra than anything else, because the okra can take it. They don't have any problems with it at all. So thanks for coming with us with our market garden update. This time around, we'll be back next week. We're going away actually for a weekend to a graduation party. So when we come back, hopefully a lot of these tomatoes, a lot of these peppers will start ripening, start turning the right color. But until next time, I'll see you. This is Damien with Rosy Side Farm.